This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
This is the Late Night News. You're watching Ndtv-Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. First, the stories that's making the headlines tonight. The new National Security Advisor meets Chief Minister, assures resettlement of displaced Lankan Tamils.
The condition of the Tamil population in Sri Lanka, and I assured him, of course, that the government of India will continue to do whatever it can.
Chennai Corporation suspends a teacher over corporal punishment.
குழந்தை வந்து டீச்சர் என்ன கொம்பால் அடிச்சாங்கன்னு சொல்லிச்சு. அவங்க என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க, வழியில் குத்தி இருக்குதுன்றாங்க. ஆனால் குழந்தை வழியில் போடவில்லை, வழியில் சான்ஸே இல்லை. டீச்சர் கையில் இருக்கிற வழியில் குழந்தை கண்ணில் எப்படி போச்சு எனக்கு தெரியாது.
But the question is, why did they not do this before the media got a hold of this issue?
Residents up in arms as Chennai's traffic police introduce one-way traffic in Laz and Arepuram.
Very inconvenient for us because we have to go all round. We're wasting so much of petrol.
Spoof movies seem to be grossing more than real ones this weekend, as was the experience with Tamil Padam.
You got to do this job. America ave, ungala naan nambir.
And Leander Paes dedicates Australian Open win to better Indo-Australia ties.
This one's for you. I know that Australia and India just shared Independence Day and or Republic Day, and this one's for Australia and for India.
India's new National Security Advisor Shiv Shankar Menon has assured that the centre will do whatever it can to resolve the issue of attacks on Indian fishermen. Menon today called on Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi and discussed various issues. He's also believed to have assured rehabilitation of Sri Lanka's displaced Tamils and addressed the issue of devolution of power to satisfy all communities there.
Naturally, we discussed various issues of concern. He told me particularly of his concerns and the concerns in Tamil Nadu about Indian fishermen and their treatment in Sri Lanka, and also issues of the condition of the Tamil population in Sri Lanka. And I assured him, of course, that the government of India will continue to do whatever it can.
Weeks after 8-year-old Madhumita was allegedly beaten up by a teacher at a corporation school in Oteri, the corporation officials seem to have woken up finally, ensuring medical help for the child and suspending the teacher.
It has perhaps never happened before. Senior corporation officials stepping out for work on a Sunday and spending nearly 8 hours with the victim of an alleged corporal punishment incident. Doctors say Madhumita will have to undergo surgery if she wants her right eye vision back, and the corporation officials are making sure she gets it and prevent the situation from escalating.
காலம்பர காலையில் 7 மணிக்கு வந்து கார்பரேஷன் ஏஐ வந்து குழந்தைய வந்து தூங்கிட்டு இருந்த குழந்தைய எழுப்பி இன்னைக்கு ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு போனோம், வாங்கம்மா நான் போய் செக்அப் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஏதோ நான் கண் சரி பண்ணி தரேன்னு சொல்லி வீட்டில் வந்து காலை 7 மணிக்கு தூங்குற குழந்தைய எழுப்பி கூப்பிட்டு வந்து எக்மோர் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போயிட்டு அங்கே என்ன ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டும் வாங்கிட்டு இங்கே சங்கத்து தலையை வந்துட்டு உள்ள குழந்தைய கூட்டு போய் அட்மிஷன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இன்றைக்கி இப்போ டாக்டர் சொல்கிற உடனே அட்மிட் பண்ணணும்னு நேற்று சொன்னார். அதனால இவங்க வந்து இப்போ வந்து 2 பேர் வந்து இவங்க அரசாங்கத்துக்கு உதவியாளருங்க, இவங்க வந்து கமிஷனராக இவர்.
The corporation has released a statement saying it has suspended the accused teacher Renuka and that it will bear the cost of her treatment. But educationists feel that these knee-jerk reactions from the officials will never solve the problem.
The government is reacting only symptomatically. They don't have a comprehensive law, and they don't come forward to sensitize the teachers on the child's right or regarding the acts banning the corporal punishments.
The demand for a comprehensive look into the issue at large is increasing, and such reactions from officials only raise further questions.
The local authorities are now in a damage control mode. Along with the hospital authorities, they're trying to tone down this issue and give the best medical facilities available to the child. But the question is, why did they not do this before the media got a hold of this issue? With Damu, Ramanathan, NDTV-Hindu.
And education activist Prince Gajendra Babu had joined us in our studio to give us his views on the subject.
The teachers are reacting to the stress. It is not an actual way to react. But the government or the missionary or the educational institution, the heads of the educational institution, do not try to understand that the stress management, the time management, the span of control of a teacher should be taken into account while allotting work for the teacher. When all these things are not done, the teachers try to pass on the stress what they undergo on the students. And this has been happening not right now, even after enactment of the corporal, banning the corporal punishment, such things is recurring. And the newspapers report this. Even after seeing this, the teachers are not sensitized, means this doesn't come into the rules, or there is no proper control or supervision regarding the implementation of these acts.
But that obviously is not any excuse for beating up a child, right? I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, the health of the child, the safety, security of the child is at stake. What can be done?
Subjective understanding of education has to change in the minds of the people. The entire mindset is to train the child to get a mark. They talk about discipline, and what is the definition for the discipline? Is it just being suppressive? The teachers feel that the child should be a suppressive, and if the child is not listening to them, they immediately get annoyed. And first thing they do is that thrash a child, or use some abusive words. Both are equally dangerous, using abusive word or thrashing a child.
And obviously there are other ways. I have a copy of the Tamil Nadu educational rules in front of me. It says to maintain discipline among the students, there can be many ways in which they can be conducting parents meeting, for instance, calling parents when it's required, forming a counseling team. So these are in fact ways in which...
These are all in the text, in the printed book.
Not been done
it has not been told even to the teachers. Even teacher doesn't know.
So where is the problem then? Is it in that teacher training session right in the beginning?
Exactly. In the teacher training session, they don't have the introduction to the laws, the changing times. And even after getting appointment, in the orientation classes, they only talk about the subject's marks, how to make the child to get the marks. They don't address the issues of addressing the behavior problem of the child. What are the ways to correct a child? There are so many ways. There is moral instruction, there is counselings, there are counsellors who can help the teachers to change the attitude of the child. But the teachers are not really exposed. They are not sensitized about the entire issue.
So do you believe that the government should come out with something strong enough so that the teachers are aware that if they do something of this sort, they better be wary of that?
Exactly. The government should first define what is the responsibility of the teacher. There is no definition. Dr. Muthukumaran committee strongly recommended that there should be a comprehensive law which will define the school and which will define the teacher. And the government should also come out with a plan to give sensitization program for the teachers.
Moving on, Nalini Sriharan, convicted for life imprisonment in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, wants to serve the community as a social worker if she was granted premature release. Nalini's original death sentence was commuted to life, and based on her good conduct in jail, she's seeking an early release after spending 19 years behind bars. Reports say the Vellore Prison Advisory Board, which met recently, is looking at her case favorably. Many say this could be a move to generate public sympathy. This is what her lawyer had to say.
Though she has acquired so many education qualifications, including computer science and MCA. After release from the jail, she has decided to go for a social work for the upliftment of the women folk and the downtrodden people, particularly women. The reason would be she has already spent 19 years and there is no reason for returning to her personal life. There is no personal life hereafter.
This is the Late Night News. We'll be right back.